All right, hole 10, par 3, 300 feet. You might be able to see the basket straight through the trees there. It is downhill, across the gully, and then it's got to turn to the right. So you got to fade out. So forehand with a resistor for me. The turnover works, backhand lefty, it's all good. You can figure out whatever you want to throw here, but I go with the forehand. Yep, that's parked. Let's go. All right, about 20, 45 out probably. Hole 11, par 3. I know the sign says 260, but it's 160 right now. I believe the pin is in a winner position. So I'm gonna take a runway, just kind of push it down there and let the disc come back towards the bucket. Do it. Ooh, right across the front of it. Let's go. Yeah, not bad. Just got through here and past this log. All right, 300 feet, par 3. This is hole 12. Straight tunnel, baskets behind some trees. There's a body of water behind it. There's a pond behind the bucket, so you want to show a little bit of restraint here. So just try to keep something as straight as possible, and if you can bust through those trees, that's just gravy. But if you can get a slide up there, that's great. I got a hokum crave, so we'll see what we can do here. A little too much hyzer on that. All right, this illustrates why you don't want to get over to the left. So earlier left is like a little runoff pond. Over here, more runoff. So I got lucky. I did not get into the stuff, and it's also really dense brush in here too. You can see I'm kind of pinched off. I've got a little bit of a window here if I go behind, but it's not going to give me a clean putt. So I'm just going to take an entropy and get it to slide up under the bucket. Perfect. That'll do. All right, 13, par 3, 235 feet. I don't know how well it reads on video, but this pad is a trapezoid shape because this has two ways to get to the basket. You can see the gap over here. It's on the other side of a pond. So if you're feeling gutsy, got a nice straight shot, send it across. The other side is the like a arcing like skip route, which is the route that I usually take. There's, you know, wide, and then there's an early gap. The early gap is always advised, and you want to get this thing on a hyzer, and you hope that it skips as close to the bucket as possible. You don't want to go further left or further beyond because then you're going to end in some brush. So I've got a glow resistor. I'm going to try and put it through this early gap on a hyzer. Caught a branch, heard some stuff. We'll see. Okay, I guess I didn't get too bad. It's a little straddle out deal here. If I would have just been right here, could have been in the bucket, but that's all right. So got a little bit of a straddle weird situation. So I've got a glitch and I've got a nomad depending on what I can see when I get in there. Kind of a bummer spot. Hole 14, 525 feet. It is a par 4. And you can see it starts with this long kind of tunnel shot. After that, it gets pretty chaotic. There's a lot of trees in the way at that point. And quite frankly, if you're not on the outside, one way or the other, probably gonna have some trouble. So what I like to do is just take something that I can forehand super hard and super straight and just get down there as far as I can, as straight ahead, and then maybe have that outside line. That's usually the goal. So old beat up neutron resistor. We're gonna send her down there and see what happens. All right, I think she kind of got to the outside part. Okay, just so you can understand what I'm talking about where I say things get chaotic. This is looking back at the pad, you know, a little bit shy of where my disc landed. And then as you turn around, there's this. I call this quintessential Michigan disc golf. All right, I'm probably about, I don't know, 200 out. I do have a bit of a lane here, but as I said, this part is really difficult to navigate. So I'm gonna try to forehand a hex down there and avoid all these trees, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it couldn't have gone much better. That's perfect. All right, so just so that you can see, where the basket is, there is a clearing, but it just takes a lot to get through there. It's not exactly an easy one to reach, but once you get up here, you usually have a clean putt. All right, hole 15, par 3, 280 feet. You might be able to see the basket down there with the orange tape on it. You need to put something down this tunnel and then have it dump hard to the right. There is a hard turnover line with a backhand, but I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna take glow resistor, push it down here, and then just let the disc do the rest. Schmack tree, but probably circle 2. All right, this actually turned out to be better than I expected. I'm not sure what tree it hit, but this is edge of the circle. That'll do. Oh. All right, hole 16, par 3, 320 feet. This one is tricky. So you probably see the basket straight ahead, and there's usually like this kind of gully down here that may or may not have some water in it from time to time, but it's all on this ridge, and there's a backside to the ridge with a tunnel, and then there's this front side. So if you take the backside, you want something that's going to be like a kind of sweeping hyzer, just kind of this slow kind of push. And then there's this other side, which looks like maybe a flex forehand could do the job. So I'm gonna try the backhand with a crave, a fission crave. And I got it. It rolled down the hill, but I mean, that was a pretty great line. So I got to about circle 2. Funny, I guess, story, and it's not really even a story. I took after I shot this shot with the crave, I threw that glow resistor on a forehand flex, and I was 15, 20 feet away. So next time. But from here, you got about 35 feet uphill. Away she goes. Can't get them all. So behind here on this ridge, if you go too far, there is a pond, like the pond that we saw on the earlier holes. So gotta be careful. Hole 17, par 4, 455 feet. So the fairway starts off in this direction. It takes a little jog to the left and then it straightens out again. The basket is really protected, so your upshot is really important after this, the tee shot. So I'm gonna take a Tesla and just kind of get it to fade back in towards the fairway so I can get a decent clean up shot. Yes. Excellent, excellent. Probably the best shot I've ever had on here. That's dope. All right, so as I said before, this basket is really guarded and there's water, a river on the backside. So I'm closer to the bucket off the drive than I've ever been. And there's a little bit of a lean out forehand line. Try and get it to push close to the bucket. So see what I can do. Well, with water there, it's always a death putt, so we'll take it. All right, yeah, 25, 30 feet, maybe, like it's just in kind of a whack position. But that's because of the guardedness of this hole, or more than anything else. Okay, might be there. All right, we're gonna try and squeeze it through the gap here. Woo! Tried to jump out. Found it. All right, last hole, 18, par 3, 320 feet. You got to go over a hill, into a gully. Basket's almost straight ahead. It's not, but it's close. So I'm just going to take a Fission Crave and just pump it over the hill, let the disc do the rest. That was pretty good. All right, so that was really good. I'm 20 feet out, maybe a touch more. There we go. That was great. Hell of a round.